All right. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to HeroesMart Homeschool Academy. My name is Mr. Lan. I will be walking you through 4th grade social studies, week number 4. And today we are still going to be in the history class of the curriculum. We're going to be talking about significant individuals to the state of Texas in today's lesson. So have you heard of this man called Sam Houston? He was born on March 2nd, 1793. He died July 26th, 1863. And if you've come through to Houston, you would have seen this statue over here as you're driving into Houston. You're going to see that statue of Sam Houston. What are some facts about him? He was the first governor of Texas. And literally, when Texas became a nation, because Texas was a little bit separated or seceded from the United States for a while, he was president of Texas as well. He played a significant role in Texas Revolution. So that's the reason he is highly revered, so to say, Sam Houston. And I believe the city of Houston was named after him. He led the Texas forces to defeat the Mexicans to establish the Republic of Texas, and he also played a significant role in the annexation of Texas to the Union of the United States. Because you got to realize that the United States was one of those later states that became incorporated into the United States. So Texas was one of those states that became later incorporated to the United States, and the people that led that annexation, their leader was Sam Houston for the most part. He was the first individual to represent Texas in the United States Senate. So pretty significant individual, Sam Houston for you. What about this man called Stephen Austin? Stephen F. Austin. He was born in 1793 as well, and he died in 1836. He had a notable quotes. I have learned practice in the hard school of impresarial. Okay, so if you get a chance to quote that, make sure you remember that. That's from Sam Austin. He brought the first European settlers to Texas in 1821 to continue his father's work. His father was Moses Austin, and Moses Austin started the occupation of Texas with Anglo-Europeans. He came over here to do that, but he couldn't continue that work because he died of a disease. So his son, Stephen Austin, continued his work. And Stephen Austin was very instrumental to the final settlement of the Anglo-Europeans. I believe he brought about 300 Anglo-Europeans to Texas to start with. All right, so that's a little bit about Stephen Austin. What about Martin de Leon? He was born in 1765 and he died in 1833. He founded the city of Victoria and played a vital role in the coastal band of Texas. Founding that coastal band over there, Martin de Leon was really instrumental to it. He was born in Mexico in 1765 and he died of cholera, which is an epidemic. Was an epidemic, I believe, in 1833 or 1834. Not really known over there. So just a little history about the really significant people: Sam Houston, Stephen Austin, and Martin de Leon. All right, so let us answer a few questions to remember what we learned. Who was the first governor of Texas? We remember that's going to be what? Sam Houston, right? Sam Houston, who was instrumental to the settlement of the Anglo-Europeans in Texas, and who started this project? Well, we know that Stephen F. Austin was instrumental in the settlement of Anglo-Europeans. Okay, and the reason they call them Anglo-Europeans, I believe, was because they revolted against Catholicism back in England. So they formed a denomination called the Anglicans, and the King of England was still after them, so they ran away from England and they came to America. So they came to the northern eastern parts of America, And in their quest for more lands, they started journeying downward to Texas. And so that's the reason they called them Anglo-Americans. And Stephen Austin was really instrumental to finding them homes in Texas, in other parts of the city and the state of Texas as well. So, but who started the project? Well, this project was started by Moses Austin. Okay, it was started by Moses Austin, but he died early of a disease and transferred that project to his son, who was Stephen Austin. Okay, so those are the details about it. You're welcome to write that down in your workbook. And remember again, this is was prophesied by Jesus in Matthew chapter 24. There are going to be, and there will be wars and rumors of wars in the end time. So that's what I've got for you today. Significant individuals in the state of Texas. People like Sam Houston, Stephen Austin, Martin DeLeon. We talked about the details of their lives, or a little bit about their lives today. All right. Thank you for joining me today, boys and girls. Remember, God cares about you, and so do we. And until next time, bye-bye.
I'll be your hero's buddy, and as you study with HeroesMart, I will be your friend. So don't you